segregation. English only segregation. We don't want no racist nation. English only segregation. We don't want no racist nation. English only segregation. We don't want no racist nation. English only segregation. We don't want no racist nation.
These are activists from Chicago's Emergency Response Network who rode a bus to Carpentersville to attend a village board meeting. The board was to vote on an ordinance that would make English the village's official language. This means that in a town with a 40% Hispanic population, all official town business would be conducted in English only, and that the village government would be prohibited from offering non-emergency foreign language services and literature to residents, such as water meter readings and the town newsletter. Roughly 150 people attended, including Carpentersville residents, concerned people from surrounding communities, and the approximately 50 people who rode the bus. People spoke passionately on both sides.
You are doing a disservice to any minority by catering to that minority, whether it's the United States or Canada or any country in the world. But you are catering if you do not force people to learn the official language of the country. You are making them a second-class citizen.
I guess I would speak here on behalf of the 42 million people in the United States that speak Spanish. This is the second country with the largest Spanish population in the world, right after Mexico. In 1780, John Adams tried to pass the first English-only law in the United States. He was soundly defeated, and his proposal was called, among other things, a threat to American liberties and a threat to the principles upon which the United States had been created 40 years before.
We do have to have one language. It doesn't help people if they're all speaking different languages. We have to have a common language. That's common sense.
I just wanted to say that these English-only laws are racist, and they will continue to further institutionalize segregation.
Now, we're talking about racism. Well, you know what? I had a black roommate. My son is half Korean. And I'm sick and tired of being called a racist or a Nazi. That's the only argument they got is racism. They want to put white hoods on top of our heads. Absolutely disgusting. I'm the one who's being harassed here.
I don't know why we're having these little hissy things all over here about racists and that. It has nothing to do with race. It's evidently something that they've learned to say to hurt people. And that's a terrible thing.
Call it what you will. It boils down to that, racism. And I, for one, do not plan on allowing a few hateful persons to poison our town with their hate. As elected officials, you have the responsibility to do what is best for the entire community, not just a few residents. We all agree that we have problems, but this is not the way to fix them. It's time to get back to work on real issues and real solutions.
Adopting English as the official language does not mean people cannot speak in their native tongue. I urge the board to pass the English as the official language, as did the state of Illinois and as the federal government, who is trying to pass a new immigration law, wants the immigrants to learn English. Thank you for allowing me the time to speak.
We should acknowledge the diversity of all the people who are born in this country and all the people that are coming to make this a better community, a Mexican, Polish, whatever. So I just hope that you'll take the laws off these books. I hope that it ends tonight, because people are concerned, and not just from Carpentersville, we're concerned from all around the surrounding communities. Thank you.
Later, board members voiced their opinions and discussed the possibility of changing the ordinance to a resolution that would not be legally binding.
I'm against this idea, and I'm against it for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's in the form of an ordinance, which means that even though you're saying it's declaring English as the official language, If it's an ordinance, it's a law, it means it's binding, and I think that would be a great detriment to our departments. I think it would be a great detriment to our community. I think it would further alienate the people in this community against one another.
One of the reasons we do not have a unified language, and I believe in my heart, a unified country, is because the second and third generations are not learning the language. They don't have to. I just want to clear up some misconceptions. This was only for village government, not for the schools, not for your private homes, not for the streets, not for the stores. Another misconception, this would not have interrupted police or fire service at all to anyone, because they still, by federal law, they are mandated to provide the services.
My opinion is that this will be a good thing to send a message that Carpentersville believes that people should learn to speak English as a part of becoming a citizen. You disagree with that. I understand that. But it's a matter of, we have resolutions all the time. We have resolutions promoting fire safety and a lot of other things that we as trustees feel are good for our village.
A resolution that is singling out 40% of your community, this is not what's good for the whole community.
What is tearing my community apart, and I have lived here for over 24 years, is the fact that there are so many different languages. I cannot interact with my neighbors anymore. I used to have coffee. We used to have play dates with our kids before they were even fashionable. Not anymore.
So the point is, it's not that people are here not wanting to learn the language. A lot of it has to do with their availability to take these classes, these courses. A lot of it has to do with the amount of money it costs to take these courses. You have to realize something. You know, all immigrant groups that have come into this country have come here at the bottom rung of the ladder. They take the jobs that pay the least amount. So we have a real situation here that is a problem. And to solve problems, you have to first of all identify what the problem is.
Before the board could finish, they were interrupted by some passionate protesters. Finally, the board decided to change the ordinance to a non-binding resolution.
No.
The resolution passed by a 5-2 vote.
First of all, I want to thank you for coming out here. Thank you so much for your support. It's important that you are here. And for those of you that don't understand, a resolution was passed, which means absolutely nothing. It just means that we, the members of the board, recognize English as the official language of Carpentersville. Yes, we would like everybody in Carpentersville to speak English, but you do not have to learn to speak English in order to do business here in our village. You can speak any language you want.
Whenever rain happens, we're going to be out there defending immigrants. And whenever racist laws like this are going to happen, we're going to be there in those small little towns defending immigrants.
We will make other trips for other little communities like this who are trying to pass laws like they were trying to pass here today. And we have the sign-up sheet if anyone wants to sign up. Los que no ya se firmaron para informarse de lo que está pasando.